shoot, this thing's huge. Firmware update again, like usual. Always firmware updating. Sad. So I picked up this 5-foot Hoodman launch pad. Look at it. Look how large this thing is. Oh my. It's a very beautiful day. It's almost noon over here and it's supposed to rain around like 1-ish. So I'm gonna try to get her up before it starts raining. The light's a little harsh now, but it's because it's noon. The worst time to shoot is probably noon time because the sun is right above you. Everything's harsh. Look at the shadows right below me. But I am off today and tomorrow, so I'm gonna hopefully knock out a few Vader vlogs for today and edit them up and you know, I never understood why people hate Mondays. Oh yeah, I hope that time lapse came out good. Did it come out good? Monday is the start of a new week. You should be motivated, you should be happy. There's so many other days to be mad at or lazy at or disappointed. Not Mondays. Mondays is a new day. Monday is a new week. Be motivated. Be motivated to get the week going. The storm is rolling in, or maybe a storm. It's supposed to rain today, it hasn't rained yet. Some of y'all already know me, but if you don't, I am big into photography. I've had a few questions about my history in photography. Well, let's go back to high school. High school, I'm on a hill right now, and I'm kind of like falling off. I started way back in high school, in junior year. Well, yeah, around junior year. And my first camera was, I remember playing with, wow, it's a lot of freaking ants up here. Let me move out of here. I started my photo career in junior year in high school, 11th grade. That was a long time. I am 28 right now, I think. 28. And I graduated when I was 17. So do the math. That's how long ago it is. Wow, that's a lot of wind and water spraying all over me. But it's all good. It actually feels really good. Oh yeah. Okay, but I started my photo journey when I was a junior in high school. My first camera is, I remember having was it a Vivitar? It had like 1 megabyte of memory and it was a VGA quality camera. If I find it online, I'll post it. I'll post an image right here for you guys, but that was my first digital camera. In junior year, I started to work too. I started my first job at Antique Photo at Busch Gardens. That was good times, but I saved up for a Canon S400. That was I think an 8.5 megapixel point and shoot camera. That was amazing. Sold it off finally, but that's my start of the photo journey. I remember my parents always shooting photos. They shot 35mm film and wow, there's a lot of pictures of me and my brother. But they never really got into photography or anything really deep like I am now. In senior year, I took a photo class and I had an amazing mentor and teacher, Miss Barner. She definitely taught me a lot of things about photography, a lot of the creative side of photography, which I still to this day use in my works. Oh, shoot. It's springtime, pollen's in the air. Itchy nose, sneezing, you know, the allergies. The same thing I'm doing right now to learn how to shoot video, I did with photo in those many years back. Well, back in the day, I did the internet. I guess there wasn't much things on the internet because it was like 2005, 2006, so there wasn't much information about like how to shoot photos online that was free like there is today, which is, it's great that there's a lot of creators out there that's willing to allow you to learn a lot of things for free. I was at Barnes & Noble a lot, I was at the library a lot, learning how to shoot photos, learning all the technical aspects of photos. It's really hard for me to think about my career or my history of photos besides learning it by myself and just experimenting. I did a lot of experimenting back in the day with shooting photos. It's interesting how what I like to shoot evolved over time, because when I first started, it was like I said, back in high school, I shot a lot of people, plays that the drama department put on, some events. Back in the day, my family traveled a lot. We traveled, well, we had a vacation, a family gathering, vacation, reunion thing. The family vacation was always around Myrtle Beach or somewhere in Florida. I don't remember exactly where in Florida, but we always went down to Florida for beaches or the family gatherings. Yeah, those were good times. And with all that travel, I did a lot of still life. Some animals. I shot a lot of things that I don't shoot now, or at least don't have the opportunity to shoot. I guess my interest changes over the years of what I like to shoot. If you're into anything creative like photography or shooting videos, if you guys do anything creative and have access to your old works, well, these days it's much easier to archive them and keep, access of your old works through Instagram, Facebook, and all that things. But I look through my old works and I realize how far I've evolved since then, in a good way, of course. How your style changes, it's pretty amazing. After high school, I went to ODU. I shot a lot of photos over there, mostly sports, basketball in particular, for the Mason Crown, and that was a really cool publication. It was a really cool publication. It was a very fun publication. When I first started, I shot basically everything that I could get my hands onto or I could get in front of. But these days, I specialize in portraits and special events like weddings and all that. I love weddings. It's such a beautiful moment, but I would never get married. Probably jinx myself saying that, but yeah. I love shooting weddings. It's a very beautiful moment. I love shooting couples, portraits. Yep, that's exactly what I shoot these days. The sun is really coming out now. Look at that. Look at that sun. Okay, look at that. Oh yeah. Sun's poking through all the clouds. I'm not sure what else more to say about my photo journey. Okay, so let's talk about business. In my earlier years, starting in high school, of course, I started a little business called Binh's Photography, or Binh Dong's Photography, which the Facebook group or Facebook page is still active. You can look at it at facebook.com/BINHS Photography. And in the last 5 years, I started a group with a bunch of friends called HRPG, or Hampton Roads Photography Group. If you go to each one of those pages, which I'll link you down below, you'll see my evolution in photos, at least what I did post. These days, I mean, I shoot portraits still. I really love portraits. It's amazing to see how different everybody can be when you shoot portraits. It's like no two portraits are the same. You try to extract that person out of the person. You try to extract the personality out of the person when you're shooting portraits or a couple or a wedding. It's amazing. It's super amazing. I'm a very technical guy, and when it comes to my photo, I'm very technical as well. I always try to strive to get the best technical photo, like all the technical aspects are right. Okay, I guess that's a good segue to what I see in a lot of new photographers. A lot of new photographers, some of them are very good. At least there's a lot of very good photographers, but I've mentored a lot of photographers that sadly they don't understand the technical side of photography, of how to operate the camera or the exposure triangle. They don't understand the exposure triangle. They don't understand how to take the photo, at least from the camera. A lot of new people, they have amazing creative minds. Let me get some of that creative juices over here so I can create some things. But for me, it's very hard or very disappointing to see a creative person being stopped or roadblocked by the lack of technical knowledge. It's kind of interesting how that's the society of today. Everyone expects it to be all auto, and they don't understand how to shoot photos manually. And that does affect a lot of people, because I understand this is the age of Photoshop, where you can Photoshop anything. I believe that you have to shoot it right in camera because you'll spend less time editing the photos. At least in a business perspective, if you shoot it right in camera, you spend less time out of camera or out in post-processing, which no one pays you for post-processing, at least in the photo business. Shoot it right in camera. Like I said about this new society, they want everything automatic, and they really get spoiled by automatic, which automatic does work if you know how to trick the camera to do what you want. But a lot of people, a lot of this new photographers that I do mentor, they come in with the mindset of wanting to learn how to shoot photos, which that's great, because they can actually convert what they see or what they want, their vision, into a photo. I'm not sure where I'm going to end this vlog because I can talk for a long time about photos. It'll be very scattered like this vlog is, because if I had somebody to interview me about photography, it would go a little bit smoother, but I'm kind of scatter-minded about this subject because in a span of like my 11, 12, 13 years, I lost count. I have a lot on my mind. There's a lot to photography. But if you are watching this because you are into photography or you do shoot photos, if you don't know the technical side, please learn the technical side of, if anything, learn what the exposure triangle is. Shutter, aperture, and ISO, or ASA, depending on how old you are. Okay, but yeah, learn how those three correlate with each other, and that'll be your first step in learning how to shoot photos correctly. And when I mean learn, I mean actually experiment. Actually get to know the exposure triangle. You can read up on the exposure triangle, but until you experiment, until you try to play with settings, you will never understand it. And that's where I see a lot of this new generation of photographers fail, because, oh yeah, they're like, oh yeah, I know this, I know that, but have you tried it? Do you know what it's like? I'm getting blurry photos, but my, you know, blah 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 blah. There's so many buts in photography. It always depends. But so one thing on experimenting with photos, or experimenting with anything in life. With photos, if you don't get what you had expected, go back and figure out why you didn't get it. Just don't try to take it aimlessly. Don't spray and pray. With digital, it's a thing that's called spray and pray, because like, memory is cheap, unlike film. Back in the day with film, guys, I came from an era where I was like half film and half digital. When you shot film, it was, oh yeah, that's right, film. I shot film as well. I had a Yoshika, is that what it's called? Yoshika like rangefinder, and I had a Canon DSLR, basically a film version of this camera I'm shooting with you now, shooting this video on right now. But it was a Rebel series film camera, and I shot a lot of film through that thing, and I gave away the DSLR. I don't know who I gave it to, but I gave it to somebody. Don't shoot film anymore. Had no need. Don't have any inspiration to shoot film unless somebody, you know, a client wants you to shoot film. But anyway, yeah, film back in the day was expensive, so you planned what you needed to shoot, or you shot things knowing that film is expensive and you don't have many shots to do it in. With digital, well, I hate to say this, but don't spray and pray. If you have to, cool, but if you do spray and pray, do it meaningfully. Meaning, don't spray and pray hoping you get a photo. Spray and pray because you know you need to spray and pray. Going back to experimenting, if you don't get the photo that you want, make sure you know why you didn't get it and how you can improve, or how you can make it happen next time. If you don't, you can ask me. You can go online, research how to do or how to take the photo. So again, before I ramble off and rambling, exposure triangle. If you're into photography, look it up. Make sure you know it. Back, front, back palm of your hand, and all that. Just make sure you know it. And that's all I have to say for today. Exposure triangle, photography, my history. If you have any questions or want to know more, comment down below, or at Binh, Twitter me, tweet me. Well guys, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more of these vlogs. I'm planning to do on top of the drone stuff, because the drones is one thing, but it still ties into videos and photos, and I want to probably do a series on something photography related. So let me know what you want to see. Guys, until next time, peace out. Man, I can ramble on about photo for ages. Hit me up, guys. Hit me up if you have any questions.